What is the link between losing those roots and cultural appropriation? So I think what tends to happen is and this is really what I'm basing it based off the clients I've seen and the people that I've met in this work. What I kind of see or how I perceive this is that if you lose those roots, the body is still like, I want wisdom. I'm seeking wisdom. Like our bodies are always seeking wisdom or trying to seek wisdom. So if your body is trying to seek wisdom, and then you encounter a wisdom tradition like the Hindu tradition, or any wisdom tradition, and it's not your root tradition, you're still gonna really like take to that, and it's gonna give you a lot. So great, more power to you. Receive that and go for it. Um, but there's still some wisdom that can't be satisfied almost because our physical body, our literal physical body, is missing the roots, is wanting those roots again, is craving those roots in some way. And so to reconnect the physical body back to the lands, back to the ancestors, and allowing ancestral wisdom to flow through from those roots is what gives people this strength and this root strength, right? This wisdom that comes from here, from the land, deep within the land. And then what happens is if somebody can come and say, hey, I've gotten a lot out of this wisdom tradition, this Indian wisdom tradition that I have been studying for years, but my roots have wisdom. My German roots, my pagan roots have deep land wisdom in them. And I can access that. That's who I am. I can access that. I have that naturally in my body. It comes from my body, my source, my wellspring. So when the wisdom comes from that kind of wellspring, that kind of source, then me having the roots of, the Indian roots I have, and you having, say, the German roots you have, then we just meet on a different level. We're not trying to like do this. Like, I need something so bad from you. Let me imitate your things. I need all your stuff is good and none of my stuff is good and it sucks. There's a deep wound there, right? And then some of that comes from, this colonizer view of like, my people are colonizers. They did some really bad shit. And yeah, your people might have done some really bad shit. And somewhere along the line, there were some people that did some really good shit. And that wisdom is still accessible, right? So if you can access that wisdom, and not kind of focus on the colonizer shit. I mean, we got to go there. I'm not saying that we're going to start bypassing, but let's lead from the wisdom. Let's tap into the wisdom first and let the wisdom clean that out, right? Let the wisdom, because I don't know what the solution to that is, right? And just like if you have that kind of legacy in your body, you might not know what to do with that. But rather than grasp at other wisdom, to really lean into one's own root wisdom is really powerful. And quite honestly, we need that in the world. We need people to do that in the world. Like, we can't lose that wisdom, just because we're looking at the shadow of a culture doesn't mean we don't want the wisdom of that culture. That wisdom of that culture isn't needed right now in this world. So that's it. That's my thought. Those are my thoughts around cultural appropriation, how that dovetails into ancestor work, and how to, navigate and go about this. And this is why I got into this work. I feel really strongly about root wisdom and just helping people reach that kind of root. Because whoever you are, whoever's watching this, you have deep wisdom in your roots. And if I get to be the one that helps you to contact that, I feel like one of the most blessed people in the world. And I get to witness you and witness this beautiful wisdom coming out of you. And so I would love to hold space for that, right? I love this work. And I'd love to keep connecting with you all and anybody who's interested in that kind of root wisdom. I'd love to work with you. So go to my website when you get a chance and check it out. It's www.arthitajuja.com. And I've got a great video on there that kind of details the process, the 5-step process. And you can just use sign up for emails and you'll receive that webinar on how the steps really work. And you can book a 20-minute call with me, and that's free. And so if you're just curious, you watch the video and you're just curious, and you want to ask me more questions and see what this is about, by all means, come and talk to me for 20 minutes and let's see if it's right for you. And if it's not, that's totally okay too. I'm not, I'm good with that. So come and let's talk if you're interested. So I'm really looking forward to meeting you soon.